so much on that.
So it's going to be maybe preaching through dramas.
Exactly, music, even comedy.
Even comedy.
It's going to be awesome.
How do you see yourselves, say, in the next 5 years? With all of these things you've heard, how do you see yourselves?
Okay, thank you. In the next 5 years.
Is life all about just dancing? Is life all about just grooving?
No, yes, in a way, I would say life is all about grooving, because that's the kind of life Jesus brought for us. That I am come that they may have and enjoy life. So, like you said, they'll be preaching through the drama, through the dance. So it's not like we're just coming to have fun and we're leaving empty. No, we're coming to have fun, and it's fun that stays. A musician, a renowned musician, T-Sharp, he said something one time: music is the only thing that has the ability to get into you without your permission.
Exactly.
So we're using that medium to get this, the message to them without their permission.
What message? What message do you want to get to them?
The message you want to get to them is the message that Jesus Christ brought. And that is the fact that there is a new life in Him. I know so many young people, they don't know this. So this is an opportunity for us to get this across to them through channels that they love. Yes. So we're going to be letting them know what Jesus has brought for them. And then in the next 5 years, our lives and theirs definitely can't be the same.
Oh my God, I can't wait. Am I invited, or is just for your ages? Am I invited?
Every young person is invited. So if you're young, come along.
So you're invited.
Okay, Anolua, what else do I know? What venue?
The venue is a national stadium practice speech. So when you get into national stadium, you would be directed to where practice speech is. It's on Saturday, March 31st by 2 p.m.
Do you have buses for people?
Yes, there will be.
From what point?
For example, at Onikpan there will be a bus. Major bus stops there will be, but
in Lagos.
Yes, in Lagos, definitely. So from Shomolu we'll have buses going from Mushin, so Masha. At these major locations, we would have buses to convey them to and fro.
And this bus is
be there
early.
With Pastor Femi.
He's one of our guests.
You want to be there?
He's one of our guests.
I know him. I can't wait to hear him sing. Can he sing or rap?
Pastor, let's say rap. Singing, but Pastor will be there very, very much active with us, and we'll all be having fun
together.
Okay, so we have bus stops, major.
Yes.
Can we hear the time again and the place again?
It's at the practice pitch of the National Stadium, Saturday the 31st of March at 2 p.m. Lagos, don't miss it. Yeah, our confirmed artists.
Yes.
Testimony will be in the house. Then we're having True South.
Yes.
We're having some jams. We're having Fega Sniper.
Yes, we have Lewis
Megwa, the bulletproof guy. They're all coming. Then we're having Sochi, our zonal artists.
Yeah, we have our own personal artists.
We have Anido, they're coming. And our young people. I mean, we've seen some of the acts and we're like, please, we're just counting down to Saturday. It's super, super awesome.
Yeah. Okay, we will have to wrap up now. Look at the way I'm staying at them. I feel like, hey, Saturday come, let me have fun. Fun is going to be in Lagos.
Yes.
And so what do you say to the young ones of them? We're from Guna, tell us, the young ones.
Okay, if you're a young person and you're not in Lagos, you're not at the practice pitch on Saturday by 2 p.m., you're wrong. You're very wrong. So come on, practice pitch 2 p.m. Come and have good, mad, wholesome fun. We're waiting for you and we're ready for you.
Yes, we are.
What about Anolua? Tell us word for the young ones.
Okay, if you're a young person wondering what to do with your life, you're not sure what exactly to do, what's the next step for you, you want to find your purpose in God, please be there on Saturday, 31st of March at National Stadium practice pitch.
I don't know why you didn't come with my t-shirts. I need to do some grooving, you know. These girls are making me feel like, hey, I can't wait to do all the grooving on Saturday. Well, I'll be there. And I hope you give me a t-shirt.
Yeah, definitely.
How should I come dressed? The jean,
like a
sneakers, like a young, am I too old? Am I too old?
No, of course not.
Okay, but some people are out there right now saying, you don't know what I'm going through. You just want me to come and shake, just come and groove. But do you know what I'm going through? I don't have anybody to pay my school fees. I've not eaten. I'm depressed. I've not paid. Nothing is working for me. What do you say to them, Anolua?
In the midst of all of those things, it will not be okay for you to just sit and keep complaining. You need to leave that comfort zone that you are and just come. Just come. In fact, if you don't have an expectation, just still come and be there. And trust me, one word from God can change your life forever. And it will be a different story for me after that program.
And one thing I have realized in life, worry doesn't change anything.
Exactly.
So if you just stay there, I don't have this, I don't have that, nothing is going to change.
Yes.
So like you said, you've got to come out.
Exactly.
Okay, and you can trust that by the time we are done, because there's something about being grateful even in the midst of all the seemingly hard situation. So if you can just come out and praise and have fun and be happy, definitely
I
something
wanted
will
to ask
happen.
this before we leave the stage, because I'm just wondering what these young girls have learned over the years.
Okay.
Who taught you this? So brilliant, so confident. And you talk about Jesus so freely and you're excited.
Yeah.
What happened?
Pastor Chris happened.
Exactly.
You know, Pastor Chris, I say about him, he is one person that showed me Christianity the Jesus way, the real deal. Okay, and he's not ashamed, so why am I going to be ashamed?
Yeah. Pastor
What
Chris.
happened here?
Thank God for the impact of Pastor's word. Pastor believes in young people. Pastor believes in me. He believes in you. And because of the fact that Pastor believes in us, Pastor has spent time over these years impacting us with these words that the Bible teaches. And look at our lives today and how much more in the future.
Yeah, we must wrap up now. And finally, I keep saying finally, last word. But they are so inspiring. So, my goodness. But last word, just say something to them. Invite them again.
Okay, once more, we won't stop inviting you. You are invited to Grooves happening live at the practice pitch of the National Stadium this Saturday, 2 p.m. Don't miss it at all. For anything, don't miss it.
Okay, lastly, I would like to say something. Peace is not the absence of trouble. Peace is in the midst of all these troubles. So much calmness and joy. So I'm saying, come and experience peace. On Saturday.
Okay, I want to thank you for coming.
Thank you.
Enjoy this segment. Maybe because you guys are just putting, the groove in it. But I'll be there on Saturday, trust me. I'm going to be there on Saturday. I need some music. I need to dance off. Shed off some weight through dancing. But thank you for coming. I want to thank Anoluwa for coming. Lagos Zone 3. And I want to thank Ogona. From Lagos Zone 3 too. Thank you for coming on this segment.
Thank you.
Don't worry, we're going to groove together.
Yeah.
But we'll go on this break now. When we come back, we want to look at human resources development in Nigeria. Especially, you know that Nigeria is approximately 180, close to 150 million people. Looking at this figure, you begin to wonder what is happening to our resources. We have natural resources that can take anybody to a level where each person in this country can get enough and even give out. But what is actually happening? What are the challenges we're facing? When we come back, we'll discuss more on that. Let's go on a break.
SuperDawn, your daily live current affairs program where topical issues that border on politics, economy, sport, and sizzling national issues are analyzed. Now holds every Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. on Superscreen Television. Let your voice be heard. Join us. SuperDawn, your daily live current affairs program where topical issues that border on politics, economy, sport, and sizzling national issues are analyzed, now holds every Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. on Superscreen television. Let your voice be heard. Join us.
Welcome back. We want to look at human resources development and looking at its challenges in Nigeria this morning. If you look at the natural resources we have, I said earlier, we are gifted. We have abundant human resources. The question is, why is our economy this way when we have this massive gift from God? We have a guest in the studio this morning. Adeshino Adegbite is a legal practitioner. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
Good morning to you.
Yeah, good morning. Thank you for having me.
Yes, I like to be scolded when I see people like this. Yes. Tell us when we say human resources.
Yeah, basically human resources, we're talking about capacity building among the workforce. Basically, we have human resources in terms of population. We have human resources in terms of the knowledge and the education of that population. In Nigeria, we have the opportunity or the blessings of having such a very huge population. And we also have very huge human resources available in Nigeria, even though we have a long way to go, we are far behind. We compare ourselves with our contemporaries in terms of development where we're coming from, where we are. Human resources actually has to do with the ability of the endowment of persons who have been given opportunity to affect the economy of the country in terms of employment, in terms of economic development, in terms of business development, and of course, in terms of the building of the civil service as well. So we have human resources in different categories.
Okay,
those who are in the farm,
I just wanted you to just do that introduction. So what makes it difficult to develop the right human capital in Nigeria? What do you think makes it difficult?
Yeah, basically I think we have problems with education. That's number one. When talking about human resources or human capital development, people initially think of employment and what you have to do. But the point is, if you are not educated, you cannot get the competence that you require to give back to society, that which will increase the human capital development, which ordinarily will also affect and improve on that person. Because human capital development is in different fora. We have your own personal development, your community development, and of course the nation development. If you are personally developed, it will affect your community, and in the long run will affect the nation. And if, as it is, if we fail to take education seriously, there's no way we can have that exposure to knowledge, exposure to developed way of doing things. And unfortunately, even though we have a very humongous population, the percentage when it comes to education is extremely low.
Okay. Okay, so when you look at this, would you say that there are no jobs, or the applicants are generally unemployable as regards skill sets?
Yeah, there are certainly more applicants than the jobs available. And we also have deficiencies among the applicants. But that notwithstanding, we do not have enough jobs. So we don't have enough, we don't have jobs for the applicants. Why is that we have on yearly basis over 20,000 young persons who are being discharged from the NYSC. I'm not talking about university.
Yes.
I'm talking about this university. I mean NYSC, because you could have gone to university and not go to NYSC, but those one can even do the undocumented jobs. But the NYSC means once you have finished your NYSC, you should be in the labor market. You should be employed. But most of the time, you have over 70% of these people unemployed, because there are no jobs for them.
But what's the problem actually? Is it that the Nigerian system, the government is not providing like enough jobs, or the education sector is being faulted? Just the way you said there are some deficiencies as regards skill sets when employing. Is the education sector the one to blame at the moment?
Okay, I'm going to allow you to answer that question, but we'll go on the quick break. When we come back, SuperDawn will continue. Let's go on a break.
SuperDawn, your daily live current affairs program where topical issues that border on politics, economy, sport, and sizzling national issues are analyzed, now holds every Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. on Superscreen Television. Let your voice be heard. Join us.
Welcome back. Yes, Anthony just asked that question.
Yeah, see, the problem really is that any country that wants to develop, any countries that want to be prosperous, must take education very seriously. And we have several examples. We have examples of Singapore, and that is the most literate population in the world.
And the passion to better people's lives was what drove him to begin to help. But he said Nigeria lacks human capital. Reverend Doctor, do you believe what he said?
Yes, I do. But in my own contribution, I would like to talk from the perspective of leadership, transformational leadership and servant leadership.
Okay, tell us about it.
What do I mean by transformational leadership? Anything that you transform makes you a transformational person. People come to you sometimes raw, sometimes a little bit heavy, and you see their potentials. Do you care to transform them from where they are or who they are to the next level? And we need this in almost every aspect of our human endeavor. From the family, the parents. First of all, you want to make sure that you are transforming whoever is in your care to the point that they can be useful to the society. They can serve the society. And they can also not only give, but receive appropriately from the society. Then we move from that level even to schools, to mentors, to coaches, to people who are placed in some functional position to help build this human capital. And when you discover something, it could be your secretary, it could be your driver, you know, then you want to care enough to develop that
Okay,
person.
I'm going to come back to you, but let me add additional here. Because he talked about people who lack health, lack education, opportunity in Nigeria. We're still talking about what Bill Gates mentioned, and some people, they didn't believe in what he said. And I'm going to ask you the same question I asked him. Do you think he was right about it? Because he said, if you are healthy and productive, things will go better for your economy. And right now, Nigeria economy does not, it's unmatched the potentials. Is he really right about it?
You see, towards the end of the Jonathan administration, the Nigerian economy became the best in Africa, #1 economy in Africa. And I think we're still retaining it till now. But the truth of the matter is that if Nigeria takes advantage of its potentials, both in human resources and material resources, Nigeria should be talking about being among the best economies in the world, not Africa. If Bill Gates, a foreigner, if it will take Bill Gates to come to Nigeria to tell us the truth, it told us practically the truth. Yes, we have deficiency in human capital development in Nigeria. That is the truth. Reason being that we do not have enough, people or enough opportunities for people to be properly trained. Properly trained in areas. You see, when we talk about education, it does not have to be degrees. It does not have to be university education. I'm happy that we have somebody who
on skills vocational.
Yeah, we need to have vocational schools. Everybody must not go to university. The best of technicians are from vocational schools. So we should encourage people who could not afford to go to university to go to vocational schools.
So are you saying we are not taking advantage of the population?
We are not at all. And the government is not investing enough in education. Now come back to the health that he also mentioned. In Nigeria today, there is no one single world-class health facility. Not one single. I know of an individual who, by his own passion, believing that this is his country, came all the way from the United States to come and establish a medical facility in Nigeria. Very good. But the point is, when I'm talking about government, what has government done for the people in terms of healthcare facility? If every opportune Nigerian have to travel out of the country every time they want to do just checkup, then you can imagine the kind of outflow of forex that's going out of Nigeria. If that money has been, retained in Nigeria, the economy will have been better.
Okay, let me ask Reverend Doctor. Looking at what he has said, we have crisis. Talking about development crisis in this country. How do we take advantage of it? How do we begin to come out of this crisis and begin to make use of the population?
Yes, as I have said, I recognize myself. He recognizes himself. We are human capital developers. Yeah. There must be developers. We must know who we are. Look like our estate developers and so on. And after all, who is Billy Gates or who is Mark Joe? They are just sitting at the head of an organization that has a plethora of people working for them. And these people are what I can call, even in their own right, entrepreneurs. That is, within the formation or institution of Bill Gates, all these engineers that are designing all these softwares and putting them together, he is just leading them. So we need someone who will be able to provide opportunity for people to develop. And I will take 2 examples. Even in this nation, because sometimes we try to go very far away. I'm looking at FRSC, Federal Road Safety Commission. I'm looking at NYSC, Nigerian Youth National Youth Service Corps. These are people that have Nigerians in their enclavement. Everyone at least must drive, whether for commercial, for company, or for themselves. We even start this human capital development even from that level. Let FRC put the driver's license opportunity in different local governments. And people who obtain their driver's license, they are mobile, they are mobilized.
Okay, but I want to ask, now you people are made me to know that we're lacking in human capital. Where do we start from?
Yeah, where to start from is education.
Okay. From where? When I mean where do we start from? Education. Is it for primary school? From the home? Or how do we begin to
the government
this?
must fund education. The government must make, education compulsory for all Nigerians and free for all Nigerians up to secondary school level. What we have right now is, mediocrity. Government claims that they are doing free education at primary level, but you see other places in states where they will ask students to bring their chairs, their lockers, and in a decent society, even the children are fed without a couple being taken from the parent. So what we should do, we understand that this particular government try to bring in feeding in school, but we should go beyond that. We should ensure that schools are free up to secondary level. We should ensure that parents who fail to send their children to school are sanctioned. We should also ensure that vocational schools are encouraged so that people who graduate from secondary school that cannot afford to go to university, because we cannot say university education should be free, can go to vocational school where they will pay less and gain expertise, which will make them become useful to society.
I need to hear from Reverend your last word. Where do we start from?
Because I deal with people, practical people. I would say we should start from encouraging personal development.
Okay.
Personal development.
We must wrap up now.
There is no time. From personal development, we move to what we call organizational development. All is still in the spirit of human capital development. You want to work with me as an accountant, or you want to work with me as a driver. I won't get your driver's license for you. I want to see your driver's license before I give you employment.
Okay.
You want to work with me as an accountant. I want to see at least your OND.
Before you work.
Before you work.
We must wrap up now. We don't have much time.
Okay.
We must wrap up now. Don't worry. We're going to do a part 2, and we might just invite you to be part of the part 2. I want to thank Reverend Dr. Oyeyemi, the founder and president, Time On Karos, Educational and Vocational Institute. Yes. Thank you for coming.
It's my pleasure.
And I want to thank legal practitioner Additional Adipite. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you for having me.
But we'll go on this break. When we come back, SuperDawn Sports will continue. Stay with us.
SuperDawn, your daily live current affairs program where topical issues that border on politics, economy, sport, and sizzling national issues are analyzed, now holds every Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. on Superscreen Television. Let your voice be heard. Join us.
Welcome back. It's sports time, and I have Prince Ludovia saying here, we won on Friday. Super Eagles won on Friday. Prince Will, good morning to you.
Good morning, Vera. It's a fine beginning for the Super Eagles' preparation to the World Cup. And
Yes.
I think we're on the right footing.
And I think we have loads of winning. Okagbari.
Yes, Okagbare set a new 200 meters record, and it's a good one towards the Commonwealth as well.
I will allow him to do what he knows how to do best. We'll be back to rounding up after Prince Will. Let's go on a break.
Yeah, welcome back from that break. Like Vera rightly said, we won on Friday, and it's a good one towards the World Cup. So much more to talk about. There's a game tomorrow, but the big issue is the team gelling. Young, talented players, experience is still in that particular team. We'll look at that and many more this morning as we talk in SuperDawn Sport. My name is still remains Prince Ludovia, signing in. I do hope you had a splendid weekend, because I did, and Dottie is also in the studio to give you the very best in the world of sports generally. But this morning we'll be looking at that game between Poland and Nigeria, a brief review, and we have something coming up on Tuesday against Serbia. That's tomorrow. Which way forward as we march towards Russia 2018. We also talk football at the home front. 8 penalties in the NPFL. To me, that's amazing. Some people say it's happening. We'll review that as well. If time permits us, we'll talk some tennis, some athletics, but you can't take it away from the friendly games that are rocking the world of football right now as we march towards the World Cup. That's how I welcome Dotun Agubiade to the studio this morning. Dotun, good morning.
Good morning, Prince.
It was a wonderful one over the weekend. A lot of Nigerians just had their fingers folded, crossed, to see what the Super Eagles had in stock.
We saw that game between Nigeria and Poland, and it did a fantastic victory for the Nigerian national team, talking about the Super Eagles. But if you take a vivid look at what we saw on the field of play, you see that the Polish national team actually took the game to the Nigerians. Though we have answered for every calls from the Polish guys, but we still actually did not play to the level in which everyone is expecting. But I see these as a sign of good things that are to come during the course of the World Cup, owing to the fact that even if you play badly, you still manage to get the result.
Yes, we still managed to get the result. There was a clearance from the touchline. Some people said that was a goal, but the referee says it wasn't. Let me quickly ask Dotun. For me, I think the department I felt really relieved about was the midfield, because Joel Obi and Ndidi Wilfred was just wonderful in that department.
Of course, the third man in the midfield actually make mess of everything, talking about Kelechi Iheanacho. Was unable to sync and gel with the other guys playing in the midfield, because you saw that they were so hardworking, talking about Kelechi Iheanacho and talking about Wilfred Ndidi and Joel Obi. When it comes to marking, they did every marking they know they could do on the field of play, but supplying the passes forward, actually the man that meant to do such that job, talking about Kelechi Iheanacho, was not actually up to the task at all. So that actually comes to mind the question that if Mikel Obi is not playing for Nigeria, who will take the piece of that's just the major challenge I saw in that game.
Well, he has just analyzed that major challenge. There's a game against Serbia tomorrow, and the question is, are we putting up a more better performance than what we saw on Friday?
Of course, we should be expecting a better performance, owing to the fact that the Serb national team, they are not a side that actually possess a lot of ball when it comes to playing against any opponent. Remember, they were taken to the cleaners by Morocco just over the weekend by 2-1, and they have a whole lot of world-class players. They have Mirjana Pjanic that play for Juventus. They have Nemanja Matic that plays for Manchester United. They have Kolarov, a whole lot of fantastic players. That
it's actually a compact team, especially between the attack and the defense.
Of course, even the man that currently plays is with Roman, talking about Edrin Zenko, is a striker, so you can actually expect a whole lot of throws and jabs from the Serb national team. But I believe that the Nigerian guys are up to the task. I just love what the coach is doing in present time, trying to like actually test every player in every department. See what we saw on the left side of the defense. Talking about Brian Idowu, he put up a very good show. A whole lot of Nigerians are not too satisfied. I checked something in him that how he moved forward and back. It was indeed
his work rate was okay.
So you can actually expect more from him, and also expecting more from the other guys in the camp. Talking about Ola, Tangon Ebu. He actually came in when Abdullahi Ochewu got injured. So I think that we are gradually seeing what we are going to see in World Cup.
The coach says it's a work in progress, and truly the Super Eagles team to Russia is a work in progress. The game against Serbia is an acidic test. Will it live up to the billing of the expectation of the loving football fans of Nigeria? Time will tell. Still within the national team, the under-20 will be taking on the under-20 of Egypt. It's a friendly game, just the size of them, and I think it's a good one because some players might be discovered there too.
Of course, some players might be discovered. And Paul Igbogun, the Eyimba coach, is also the coach of the Nigerian under-20 national team. They left the shores of this country on Saturday, and they are in Alexandria as we speak, and they are preparing for a game today and a game a day after tomorrow, talking about against the Egyptian under-20 national team. And I saw this to be a very fantastic move towards a good direction, owing to the fact that we've been engaging in the last phase of the under-20 qualifier count me. We are yet to know who will be playing against, owing to the fact that Guinea will be up against Sierra Leone, and the winner in between the two will be the one that will be scoring up against. So I see that this to be a very good one, owing to the fact that we want to prepare for that particular one coming by May.
It's a good one, preparation all the way, all through for the but we're coming back to the home front. It's a big one over the weekend. It wasn't too good, if you ask me. 8 penalties, and most of them came up in the injury time. I know Dotun has a very view, two-man view, but the NPFL is always a league we must talk about and give them kudos. Dotun, wonderful games. The one that took me aback, even if I didn't see that game, but I had, it wasn't too good. Rangers were leading 2-0, and penalties came in towards the dying minutes.
Of course, in football, we actually get to see all of these errors, but when they are coming too often, you definitely have to question such decisions. You know, I do say that human error in football cannot be undermined because it makes the game so wonderful, exciting, and all things like that. That's when you see people come to question the referee's decision on the field of play. But what we saw in the Nigerian professional
now,
football
Doctor, let me ask you at this junction, what happens to the referee assessors? Because some of these games, you have referees, assessors who give reports on them. You still see them going back to ref other games during the week.
That's why I said that the Nigerian Football Federation, what they did when they came on board, remember the empowerment program, taking them far and wide to England, to
Spain.
So I see that they need to re-equip all these guys with the latest information in the world of football, because when it comes to participating in the world football as we speak, you need to follow the trend, talking about the trend, how is it the game played, how is the game being officiated. All those things actually need to be put in place, because if there are no check and balances, like you said the other time, that those that are saddled with the responsibility of actually guiding these guys and giving us the guys that are good enough to officiate our games, we're going to mark the game. We are trying every day of our life to paint the picture of the Nigerian Professional Football League to be very good and great, but what we are seeing on the field of play, like you mentioned,
it's appalling.
8 penalties, 10 games, 2 penalties, there was a dying minute. The one that actually is really disheartening is the one between the Rangers and UAB Stars, and you can just imagine that towards the latter part of the game, and in football, when a goal is scored, you have to wait for another 30 seconds or 60 seconds before you blow the final whistle.
Exactly.
As soon as the goal was scored and they came to the middle of the play, and they touched the ball once and he blew the whistle. We was expecting that move and was expecting that kind of, but it's really appalling.
All right, it's disheartening, but some of the games that came up, let's give you some results. We had Aqua United 1, Abia Warriors 1, Rangers 2, it was Gorand FC 2, and Ifeanyi Uba defeated Plateau United 3-0. Sunshine was beaten away by Tornadoes. Dotun, we got to look at something quite interesting. You're a journalist. Am I a journalist?
Of course.
There are hazards in this particular job, but when it becomes a question where you go to a studio
to adopt someone
and adopt a journalist doing his job, I think it's disheartening. And this did happen right there in Jos.
Yeah, actually, I was unable to get across to a friend of ours talking about Dejoke Igbo. He's in Jos, and He currently works with a radio station and a particular club, talking about Plateau United. I was trying to reach him all through yesterday, but it was to no avail. When I heard the news of the journalist being adopted, owing to the fact that he was addressing the issue on ground, talking about the Plateau United and not doing wonderfully well, and I see this to just be a very, very bad one. Even at all, we go to match centers, we do see how journalists are being treated. We actually come on here and say to the world at large that this is not too good, this is not a good treatment to journalists, because without the journalists, the game cannot be painted in the mind and in the mind of the people rightly. But what we saw again, they moved away from the event center to the broadcasting house and now adopt it. But kudos to the owner of the radio station as well as the police in that particular region. They tried all they know they could do to make sure that the guy was actually restored.
It's a part of the job. Our life are always at risk, but it is a condemnable act that you go into a radio station and hijack somebody who is doing his job. We just hope that such won't repeat itself, especially in that part of the world. Let's talk athletics right now. Okagbare is showing that the Commonwealth is no fluke. She wants to do it all. She broke a new record. She has a new record right now, and I think it's a very good indices towards the Commonwealth.
Of course, that's just a very good one for Okagbare, preparing for the forthcoming Commonwealth game that will be starting next weekend. Next 2 weekend rather. I see it to be a very good and wonderful development. If you look at it very well, she has this record when it comes to
she broke Meroriali's record.
Yes, she broke
22 years.
And she has this record initially, talking about the 100-meter record in Africa. She owns it. And talking about long jump, she owns it. Now
she has 100, 200 long jump.
So you can see that this lady is just the best thing to happen when it's to Nigeria when it comes to athletics. And kudos to the Athletics Federation of Nigeria, because she's part of the team that will be going for the Commonwealth game. Though she has not participated in any tournament this year so far, but the first one she did participate, she did wonderfully well. She did wonderfully well, so it's a good sign that in Austria, right there in the Commonwealth, she will bring us medal, especially the gold medal one. But let's talk tennis quickly before we round up this show as we move into the football area that came up during the weekend. Rafael Nadal might become world #1 because Roger was knocked out in the Miami Open. I saw it coming. Djokovic was also knocked out. So is it fatigue? No, I will not call that fatigue. Actually, when it comes to playing tennis at the highest level, we do see upsets, like we do say in football. When it comes to FA Cup, we get to see upsets. You know, all of these tournaments are smaller tournaments in which that doesn't determine the best player in the world. Exactly. Remember that the Grand Slam are the one in which all these guys are always fighting to win here and there. And he have decided, he said, this might actually lead him into not participating in the next forthcoming Clay Court Championship. The Clay Court Championship are fantastic championship. We do see winners here and there. And Rafael Nadal has been the master of clay 10 times. Yes. So if you look at it very well, and he's saying that he doesn't think he will be going into a clay tournament, definitely we should be losing his #1 position. All right, that's for tennis. As we round up this show, let's talk football. But this time, we're looking at some friendly games that came up over the weekend. Excitingly, we had Germany, Spain, we had Russia, Brazil, we had, you wouldn't believe it, France was stunned at home by Colombia. But we'll be talking about that which involves Italy and Argentina. Though Messi didn't play, for you, which of the games will you want to review? Of course, I'd like to talk about that game between Italy and Argentina, instead of the fact that they are in a group, 2-0. Because it ended in favor of Argentina, and the coach is actually talking tough, saying that he now sees better that his team are actually preparing for the forthcoming tournament, even without Messi, for them to tear the Italian apart. It was indeed a very creditable one, and I look at it very well that it is just a wake-up call for the Nigerians, for the Nigerian guys. Yeah, they're in our group. That despite the fact that you won against Argentina during the friendly match, coming from 2-1 down and winning by 4-2, that you still need to come with your A games when it comes to playing against this team. All right. Today we'll be having Portugal, Holland, but we won't be able to review that because time is far against us. Dotto, thanks for coming in this morning. Thanks. You've done justice to all we have to say this morning. We'll go on this break, and when we come back, Vera and Anthony will be joining me to round up the show. Do stay tuned.
SuperDawn, your daily live current affairs program where topical issues that border on politics, economy, sport, and sizzling national issues are analyzed, now holds every Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. on Superscreen Television. Let your voice be heard. Join us.
Welcome back. Yes, I like the way you talked about Kagbari. Very strong. She's very strong in it.
She is. She's an embodiment of the womanhood in Nigeria.
Too powerful, too strong.
Very, very.
Oh my God, but congratulations. We must wrap up this segment now. I want to thank you for coming on this segment.
Thank you so very much, Vera.
We'll go on this break. When we come back, Anthony and I will be rounding off the program for today. Let's go on a break.
SuperDawn, your daily live current affairs program where topical issues that border on politics, economy, sport, and sizzling national issues are analyzed, now holds every Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. on Superscreen television. Let your voice be heard. Join us.